Wow, it's another episode again on lighting. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, today we'll be adding a light switch to an existing circuit or uh, or another. We're just adding another switch to control another set of new light that we want. So I'm just gonna first show the first switch as this is our supply and that's our neutral was. This is our main supply. So our first switch, our set of light, or just a single light. This is our switch box. You can call it whatever. So this is it now, guys. You see this switch here. Once you close there, it lights up there. So why is this lesson so important? You cannot take a source from a switch from a light. You cannot take a source from a light and then go to and add another switch. So for example, if you do this, you do that, now you got your switch there, then you got your light, then you got your neutral. That when that switch is closed, of course guys, it'll it won't work because that switch is open. It will depend on the state of that switch for it to operate. So the best way to do so, you can never do that. This is wrong. That's wrong. You can't do that. You can never do that. You do that, it will always depend. That switch has to close for this to get power so that the power can come here. So we don't, that is wrong and we can never do that. So what do we do? The best way to do so, and I guess the only way, if I'm not mistaken, it is to come here and put another switch there. And you got your light. And now you have that switch is fed from the same supply. So if you came here, even at the switch here, you came here at the switch there, you took it from this other side here, it will still not work. If you took, because it's by the same switch, you come here and then you put another switch there. It's the same as taking it from the light, guys. It's not gonna work. That is wrong. It's not gonna work. You have to always come to the other side of the switch. In that way, you make that switch independent so that it can control its own light. That's the right way, and we're gonna have to keep it that way. So when you close that, you flip the switch, that light should light, and that light should light. Now there's another last scenario. Let's see. Let me just use this symbol. This is a two-way switch, guys. I just want to show you something. That's another switch box right there. So this is a switch, this is a switch, this is a two-way switch. Now, say for example, you want to add another light here. You got a two-way switch there controlling that light there, but you want to add another light here. Say for example, this is a room here. You also want to add an extra room there with a light. And then you also have a switch, an additional switch. You want to add a switch there. Yeah. So you want to add a switch there. So for example, you got a switch right here. This is a two-way. There's a door there, there's a door there. Now you decide to add another room here and then another light switch and another light there with another light switch. So guys, notice this switch here is the main coming from the supply from the board. Then it goes to from that to the switch. From that switch it goes to another one. So this is the from the board, it goes to the first switch and then it goes to this another switch here. It's right here. Notice if you take any of these, now you want to add another light. If you take, say you have another light here. Gonna add another light here, guys. And another switch, so to speak. This is that switch. We're adding that switch there. Then we got a light there. That's that light. So if we now, because we are close here, if this is a conductor with multiple this is a cable with multiple conductors inside, always check if there is a spare wire that was ran from here to there when they were running it. So check maybe there's a inside the conduit or if there's nothing. You unfortunately, if there's not, you cannot pick it from this switch here, guys. Why? Because if this switch will always switch its position. So if you pick it from wherever, it's just the same. If you pick that, you put it on there. Let me go inside the switch for other people who don't understand the logic very well. Sorry, everything I'm trying to do here is just to help anybody who wants to see it the closest way possible. So I'm gonna go inside the switch. So you come here inside the switch. Because the switch is closed here, you say, oh, I'm just gonna pick the one that feeds that light to feed my switch here, so that you can be able to control this light inside there. Guys, this is wrong. This is wrong because if that switch is in a off position, or you only have power here, this power flips depending on that switch there. So that's the only those two are bringing power here. So if the power is here that is sitting here, that switch flips there, it's also changing logic to this side here. So you cannot take it from there, guys. Unfortunately, you have to make sure you got another permanent wire that's coming from there to come and feed here. So this is not gonna work, guys. You can't take it from there. You can't take it from any of those points. For another set of light, for it to light well, you unfortunately have to come all the way here, or you come inside this switch here and tap there. Then your light will work. When you close that, then that light is independent. So that's it, guys. That's it, guys. So this is how you add. So we just added that light in there using the two-way switch, which the two-way switch supply, because the two-way switch, it's transporting power from here, from these two leads here, from these two wires, it comes here. But they change state. You can turn on and turn off. It's just dedicated to that light. But for this light to be independent, just because they are too close to each other, it doesn't mean you got a permanent power that you need, because it's just going through the light. It's just going through the light. So now you have to come back all the way and find a constant power that's coming from directly to feed the first switch, or just go to the board if the board is closer, and then we can take it there. If it's too far, I think the next video we'll be doing will be about a mixed circuit. We'll look at about a mixed circuit where you can tie lights and and plugs together. Otherwise, this is it, guys. Now I want to show you um, the physical part. So that's it, guys. So this first switch here is already wired. It's controlling that first light there. Now we want to add another switch to it. Now, guys, I do not have a single switch. I do not have I have a two-way switch. You can use a two-way switch to wire a single on and off light, but you can never use a single switch to substitute for a two-way. So what I'll do is I'll flip the switch in a down position to show that it's off, and then I'll select which contacts lights up between the two here. But I always have to rely on my common. I cannot put them on these two. I have to use either one of the common and that, and then in this case, which I think it's gonna be this and that. But I'll have to use the common, and then I have to use one of these two. I cannot do like this. It's not gonna work. So I use it's the same thing here. Always turn it off, folks. Work in a dead. So this is already going to the light. The light that's already on neutral, and then I'm just gonna add the switch. I'm just gonna add a switch there. So this is it, guys. It's already added. You already add. My light should be off if I chose the correct contact. Yeah, the light is off. Check this out, guys. That one is on by its own. The new switch that I just added is also on. Even if I flip that one off, I mean on or off, that light is still working the way it's supposed to. It's on its own, and this one is on its own. Now I'm gonna make that a false mistake, or uh, I'm just gonna create a fault to show you that you cannot do it otherwise. So if I now come here, instead of taking from the source, I use the other contact. Let's see what happens, folks. Do not take it from the light. Never take a switch, the supply from the light to supply your new switch. It'll work for a while, or maybe when you are still just in the room there to test for the first time, and then you walk out and somebody flips the other switch on the other side, then your light dies for good. You call an electrician to pay more money, but it's not a problem actually. The previous electrician didn't do their job. There you go, guys. So now, see what happens. I just changed one thing. So in this case, it's gonna be like that works. This one works, but look at this. When I flip that one off, both of them they go off. Why? Because I took it on the wrong side. I connect the other switch on the wrong side of the first switch. So I make that switch to become just like a light switch, a bulb. You shouldn't do that, guys. This is wrong. You don't want to do this. It has to be on the first one. It has to be on the first one. Otherwise, see that, then you can turn that one off. But this one is on. It's like, you know, that's to be in a certain position for this one, in an on position for this one to work. But when it's in off position, this one won't work. No matter what, you can stay there 1,000 years trying to make it work, but it will never work for you. So that's it, guys. I can't leave it like that. That is wrong. We don't want that. We have to make sure we put it the right way, the way it's supposed to be. Then we can end the video. I believe somebody agrees with me. Just putting it back together, guys. The correct way, the only way that it should be in this case, unless otherwise. There we go. Both lights are off. I come to the second one here, I can turn it on individually, I turn that one on individually, and even if that is off, this one can still turn on. That is the correct way, guys. Please take note. Please subscribe, like, share, and make it exciting. What else do you want to learn? Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.